Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the live coverage of the last part of 27th World Puzzle Championship 2018 Prague. We are ahead to start the team playoffs, the competition between top 4 teams for the medals. And the teams are in order after the preliminary rounds: Japan, Germany, USA, and Hungary. We saw many of the competitors during the individual playoffs, and hopefully soon they will arrive and take their seats in the competition hall. Similarly to the team playoffs during Sudoku Championship, we will have a moving cameraman to show us something from the individual part, and we have 4 steady cameras pointing at the team tables. Japan, USA, and Germany are the 3 top teams of many of the last puzzle championships. They are just switching the medals, let's say. Today, also Hungarian team has a good chance to fight for the medal in the team playoffs. It is the second time the team playoffs is part of a championship. In Senec, Slovakia 2016, the same 4 teams competed for the medals, and it was an interesting playoffs where the German team won. This time they are starting from the 3rd position with less time for all the playoff puzzles, less time than Japanese team who won the preliminary rounds. Yeah. While it is not everything as ready as it seemed to be upstairs, we discussed with Stefano from Italy that I was not right when I told that this is the second time some team playoff is in operation. And it's funny because 2009, Antalya, Turkey, there was kind of a knockout team playoff for the top 4 teams. There were 3 rounds. In the first of them, rank 3 and rank 4 teams compete, and so on. The second versus the winner of the first match, and then the winners of individual or the preliminary rounds against the winner of the second round of team playoffs. And I was competing in these playoffs as a member of Czech A team. And I remember that there was a really tight result of the preliminary rounds because we finished ahead like 4 points out of several thousands ahead of Slovakian team to earn this spot in the playoffs. And Stefano reminded also 2010 in Poland. There was also kind of a playoffs for the teams with some manipulative puzzle, building skyscrapers out of Lego. When he said to me, I also can remember that I was there and was watching it. So my bad. And it is possible that also in the history of WPC that I'm not aware of, there were some playoff competitions for teams. Yeah, it seems there is still time to recap the instructions for team playoffs. There is individual part for every player to solve 2 different grids of the same puzzle type with 3 more extra grids with some blocked cells. He or she will use 2 grids, and the remaining 3rd grid will be used in the team puzzle. The 4 sets of the following puzzle types, which are galaxies, easy as ABC, Japanese sums, and choral, are not of the same difficulty, and that's the reason why we allowed a player who finishes his individual part to help another contestant from the team. So most probably we will see more action and more movements even during the first part of the team playoffs than was the situation in Sudoku competition. Okay, ranked 4, Team Hungary, Zoltan, Paul, and mixed up with rank 3, Team Germany, Ulrich, Rob, Philip, and Sebastian. Ranked 2 after preliminary rounds, Team USA, Weihua, and his teammates. We saw all of them in the individual playoffs, and the winners of the preliminary rounds, Team Japan. They sat down to the tables in the order They could choose. They could choose who would like to solve Japanese sums, galaxies, coral, and easy as ABC. Okay. There is a time difference between the first and fourth place, 6 minutes. This time the point differences were more equally distributed, so we have some, nearly equal distances between the teams. 2 minutes time advantage for Japan, 2 more minutes between USA and Germany, and 2 more minutes between Germany and Hungary. Yeah, this is the screen from a moving camera. And most probably Jiří is talking about the rules and is about to start the competition soon.
So the first team to start will be Japan. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, so the Japanese competitors started to solve the puzzles, the individual part. So this is easy as ABC. 2 big grids with not a unique solution. You have to combine them with the grids with blocking X signs you can see on the left edge of the screen. Most probably Kota will try to get some progress on the puzzle itself and then to combine it with these 3 grids. So there is a question, is it possible to place this one? And at the first glance, there's no reason why not to place it now. Okay, after not a full 2 minutes, but now the American puzzlers also started their work. And these are Japanese sums. And again we see the grids with axes to be combined with the actual puzzle to make it unique, resolvable. And it seems that on this table we have a progress. We have a correct combination of one of the extra grids with one of the 2 puzzles. Okay, with 8 black cells transferred from the extra grid, the Japanese Sun's puzzle should be easier, and most probably we are moving on. Also on a timer, after a few seconds, also the German team will start. Okay, we saw it. Also, the team of Germany started their work. Okay, so that's the next puzzle type. We see coral, and once again, it is necessary to combine the puzzle with one of the grids with these X marks that stand for cells without a coral. Based on the information provided to the teams in advance, this individual task should be the most difficult, but yeah, hard to judge from what we see. We saw just few minutes. Okay, and this is the fourth one, galaxies. The combination of galaxies and some blocked cells. And it seems that Palmer Mebane is finished with this puzzle. And on the left hand side, not very clearly visible, also the Hungarian guys started their work. Here is also galaxies in hands of a German competitor, I guess. It seems that he also already distributed the black cells from the extra grids, and now the task is just to finish the galaxies itself. Okay, we can see that Palmer decided to help Weiwa with the Japanese sums. So there are two judges at the moment at the table with two players. And there are also some movements in the Japanese team. We cannot see that so clearly. And here are Japanese sums solved by Palmer and Weihua. Yeah, most probably one of the puzzles is already, let's say, combined correctly with the black cells, and Palmer decided which is the one that will be unused and unused now, but will be really important at the team table. To remind the rules once again, the two of them solving has to complete both the puzzles at first, then they can both move to the team table, or Weihua, who started at this table, can help also somebody other. Okay, we can see that the Japanese guys are two of them at the first table, I think, and two of them at the second table. So with two puzzles already finished. And this is easy as ABC and the Hungarian team. Yeah, it seems that he also already copied the blocked cells from the extra grid, and now the puzzle is uniquely solvable, and he is progressing well. Okay, so Michal is moving with the camera to the other table, and yeah, this is the time situation. There is no time limit, so the clock is just for the judges to see and to write down when the parts were submitted, but should not be of, no, doesn't matter, the time. And we have the two Americans at the first desk, two Americans at the second desk, and the same situation in the Japanese team. Taro and Kota are finishing and checking the easy as ABC puzzles. Yeah, and there are also two players at the first desk for Germany. Yeah, Walker and Thomas from US team, and the easiest ABCDE. Yeah, and we can see two players in the first desk also for Hungarian team. So let's say that the easier part of the individual puzzles was solved. Yeah, and here's the screen telling us that yeah, two individual parts finished by all the top three teams, and Viktor from Hungary also finished his part, and now is helping, I think, Zoltan in the front row with easiest ABC. Yeah, so these are definitely Japanese sums, and both players are working on a puzzle. The black cells are already transferred. I'm not sure about the hands, but is this glasses of Ulrich? Yeah, so the situation for the top three teams is at the moment very similar. And this is the easiest ABC puzzle combined with the rightmost grid with blocked cells. I have to say that Jiří was more optimistic concerning the solving time during the team playoffs. But I think that was a good decision to allow the help between the two players. Okay, and it was Ken, his teammate, who finished Japanese sums, both puzzles. So they moved with 2 quarters of the team puzzle to the team table. And the team part is to place the 4 grids with blocking cells to the 4 quarters of the team grid, and then to place those squares you can see on a screen to the grid, of course not overlapping these blocking cells, and maybe similarly to the clouds puzzle, the count of black cells is given next to every row and column. I assume that similarly to the clouds puzzle, they will calculate somehow where to fit the bigger shapes. Okay, we are back to Volker and Thomas and the easy as ABC puzzle. I believe that this time they have a correct connection between the grid with blocking cells and the puzzle itself. So it should be just a matter of finishing a more or less classic puzzle. I believe that this is a good advantage for Japanese team to be prepared at the team table when the rest of the team will come. Then finally they will be able to place all the 4 parts with the blocking cells and finish the puzzle. It's not very clear to me if it's the same grid for the German team what we saw previously with Walker and Thomas, the German. Also. Yeah, and that's what we missed. Also, Palmer and Wewa are at the team table of US, so maybe watch this a bit closer. Yeah. And the situation is still very similar for both teams because also Palmer and Wewa finished the Japanese sums. That means that they have the same 2 quarters of the team puzzle. And their task is to prepare the grid how far it is possible before the other 2 teammates join them at the team table. It seems that they are progressing somehow with only 2 quarters. Or do we see 4 papers there? Yes, the Japanese team is at the team table with all 4 quarters. With the work already done, it should be possible easily to fit the blocking cells into the big grid. And now it is not a surprise that the 4 guys covered the camera for us. These are the Americans with 3 quarters of a team puzzle. Yeah, finally I resolved in my head how it is possible that there are 2 players and 3 grids. It is okay according to the rules, because the rule says that when you are finished with your individual part, you are allowed to pass the grid with blocking cells to the team table and then to go help your teammate at their individual task. So definitely it is okay that, let's say, all the 3 top teams had 3 papers at the team table. Now we see the team Germany with all 4 individual papers at the team table. So they are definitely back in the race for the silver medal most probably, because I would count with the Japanese and their advantage they had. Yeah, this is the Japanese team. And now we see to their papers. It seems that they are not happy with the initial distribution of the blocking cells, which means that they wasted some time and maybe gave the chances to the other guys. Yes, and we have two Hungarian players and the team puzzle and the three grids with blocking cells to start the teamwork. Okay, the look is not close enough to see all the details, but based on their marking, they already decided where the blocking squares are. And now this is the combination, let's say, of clouds, puzzle, and battleships to place the squares. Yeah, this is the detail from a moving camera. Of course, he cannot interrupt them. Yeah, all four players of Team Germany. Yeah, this is a close view at the Hungarian table. We know that this is less important, maybe at the moment in the race for the title, but we can more clearly see what is the puzzle about. They put down some notes in A, B, and C combination, all possible combinations where to place the blocking squares. Unfortunately for them, without the remaining part, I'm afraid that not much progress can be done. We do see a lot of erasing at the Japanese table, which is not a good sign. Okay, this seems that they are checking also on the sides, which you will do when you are approaching the final phase of solving. Okay, at first we saw a lot of hands and the paper. Now we see also their faces. But are they happy with the progress and the solution? Or are they erasing now? Okay, this is a submitted solution of US team, and we see the Japanese guys still working and not writing. Yeah, there are the markers at the table of US team, and there is shaking hands at the team of Germany. Maybe we have too many cameras and we failed to switch between them properly. Yeah, Ulrich seems to be happy. So now we are waiting for the bronze medalists.